cross-contact refers to? C. The transfer of food allergens from one food to another. Which of the following is a safe method for thawing frozen raw meat? A. Placing it in the refrigerator. Which of the following practices is not acceptable when handling ready-to-eat food? D. Using bare hands to place toasted bread on a plate. Which of the following is the safest way to cool hot foods before storing them? D. Divide them into smaller portions and place them in shallow pans. A food employee at an establishment that serves the general population reports to work with a sore throat and mild fever. What should the person in charge do? C. Exclude the employee if serving a highly susceptible population. During a busy lunch hour, the person in charge notices employees handling money and then immediately returning to food preparation. What corrective action should be taken? D. Instruct employees to wash hands before returning to food prep. The person in charge is reviewing a supplier's invoice and notices that a batch of Alaskan shellfish has no source tags attached. What should they do? D. Reject the shellfish and notify the supplier of the missing documentation. A restaurant is using a 3-compartment sink for washing dishes, but the sanitizer solution is testing below the required concentration. What action should be taken? C. Discontinue dishwashing and replace the sanitizer solution. While conducting an inventory review, the person in charge finds several containers of chemicals stored on the same shelf as dry food ingredients. What should they do? C. Relocate the chemicals to a separate storage area immediately.
Real quick, before we get to the next question, I want to tell you about something that can save you a ton of time and stress as you prepare for the real exam. FoodSafePal's Food Manager training is built to give you a real advantage on exam day. It's self-paced and takes just over 5.5 hours to complete, so you can finish it in a day or break it up over time. You'll always pick up where you left off. You will hit short, interactive checkpoints throughout to make sure you're on track before moving on. Then take a full-length practice test designed to mirror the real exam. And unlike most courses, you will see exactly which questions you got right and wrong, so you know what to review. Pass the practice test and get instant access to your certificate, proof that you're ready for the real thing. Ready to get started? Just follow the link in the description. Kitchen staff are using single-use gloves for various tasks. However, some employees are not changing gloves between handling raw and ready-to-eat foods. What is the best action to take? C. Provide immediate retraining on when and how to change gloves between tasks. A customer claimed their food was undercooked. Upon review, it was found that the kitchen staff has been relying on visual cues to check doneness. What should be implemented? D. Retrain on using food thermometers to ensure a safe temperature. A pest control company applies chemicals to the perimeter of a food establishment. What precautions must the person in charge take to ensure food safety during the process? D. Ensure no food or equipment are exposed and temporarily close areas being treated. The person in charge observes an employee placing ready-to-eat foods directly on top of ice that has been used to chill raw seafood. What should their immediate action be? D. Discard the foods and retrain the employee. In which scenario would it be acceptable to reserve an item that was previously on a customer's table?
C. The item is an unopened package of crackers. If time is used as a public health control for ready-to-eat food for up to 6 hours, what is the maximum temperature the food can reach during that time? C. 70 degrees Fahrenheit. A food worker removes cold food from temperature control for a buffet. What must the food's temperature be when it is initially removed from refrigeration if time is used as a public health control? B. 41 degrees Fahrenheit or less. Which of the following is true regarding the use of hair restraints among food employees? D. They must wear them when handling exposed food and clean equipment. Which group of employees is exempt from wearing hair restraints according to the FDA Food Code? C. Hostesses who serve unwrapped or packaged food. In which situation is it prohibited to store food in direct contact with ice? A. Food packed in an impermeable material. Cooked time temperature control for safety food must be cooled from the safe minimum hot holding temperature to 7 degrees Fahrenheit within what time frame? B. 2 hours.